Let me now bring on board Jigar Shah, Senior Vice President excuse me, and Head of Research with Kingming Securities, to discuss United Spirits and how individual shareholders should now approach United Spirits. Jigar, morning. Good to have you back on ET Now. Jigar, I have read both the research reports. First, a buy research report from your house on United Spirits, and then the one which came last week, a sell research report. So you're clearly making a case that closer to 1200 rupees, United Spirits is now fully priced.
Hi Nikun, just one correction. We haven't said sell on United Spirits. We have said hold.
You're calling it fairly priced now. That's what the second line of the research
clearly,
report says.
we feel that yes, that's right. Our view is that the stock has run up a lot, and considering the near-term fundamentals, definitely it is fairly priced. However, the deal with Diageo could be a game changer. And that's where we think that if that works out, it can do a lot of good to the balance sheet, to the earnings, and to the overall product portfolio. So it continues to be attractive in that sense, and we would probably look for a strong upward revision to our earnings. We have given those scenarios also in our report, and we are hoping for that.
Jigar, let's talk about the fundamentals, because a whole lot of news flow is currently being flown around in terms of what happens with Maल्या as well as Kishore Chhabria, whether or not the company is going to be able to resolve all of its legal issues, which was a precondition apparently to the Diageo deal.
Well, Aisha, these are some of the small irritants on the way, and I feel these should get resolved. Basically, the deal at this point of time is quite important for both Diageo and more for United Spirits, and we feel that probably it may not be too much away, considering that this crisis of Kingfisher needs to be resolved, and for the United Spirits to also take itself to a next level in terms of the alcohol beverages, it will be very important. So we believe that sooner or later this particular deal should materialize and probably play a role of game changer in the case of UB Group and United Spirits.
Right, Jigar, so are markets betting that Diageo will pick up stake in United Spirits and that will trigger an open offer? Is that a realistic scenario?
Well, my own sense is that the open offer may not happen in the first case, and they may just restrict themselves slightly below the open offer threshold. However, they will probably have a board seat, and once they are firmly in the saddle, probably they will go for an open offer later in another year or year and a half's time.
So as of now, what could be the trigger? I mean, if there is no open offer, why should a new shareholder be interested in buying United Spirits stock?
Well, clearly, I think if the deal happens, once again everything is subject to the deal happening, that will change the balance sheet, that will cut the interest cost, and that will allow you an access to product portfolio which United Spirits has never had. So I think that can have a multiple impact on the revenue and the margin and the earnings, and can certainly change the valuation as well for the United Spirits, because so far the company is not recognized as too much credible because of the group issues, and therefore I think that will also change, just as it has changed in case of United Breweries because of the participation of Heineken in the company.
Jigar, what happens in case the deal does not go through because of some regulatory or internal hurdle? What is the tactical approach in that case, and how should investors as well as traders now approach the stock?
That's a good point, and our sense is that when we put out our research report, we put a fair value of 1100 rupees on the stock based on no deal. Now, if the deal doesn't happen, definitely there could be a 10 to 20% fall because everybody is anticipating the deal today, and I think a lot of the stock price has gone up in anticipation of that. So yes, there will be some knee-jerk reaction, but once again, I think there is immense value in the entire United Spirits franchise, their distribution, products, and the White and Mackay that they own. I think there is no such issue. Even if it doesn't happen in the medium to long term, I still feel United Spirits is a very good investment. If it falls below that, we will definitely look at changing our recommendation positively.
Why do you think it's a good franchise? I was looking at some numbers and they are not gaining market share. In fact, the market share pretty much has been static. If I look at the non-listed players in the brewery market, they are giving a tough competition to United Spirits.
Well, I think you should see that in the past 12 to 18 months, their focus has strengthened mainly on the premium business, and if you see, the premium business is growing at above the market rate of growth for them. So I think that is the most important thing happening in case of United Spirits. They have started benefiting from the White and Mackay as they are able to use more and more of the Scotch and retail it at a substantially higher price than what they have been averaging in the past. And I think that component of the total revenue is growing very rapidly and strongly. So I think United Spirits is not losing market share. I think it's hovering between 53 and 55% as an overall. But what is more important is the increase in sales of premium brands and particularly the Scotch whisky.
If the deal happens in United Spirits, do you think United Breweries and United Holdings will also gain, or we should not confuse?
United Breweries in any ways is on its own course and one should not confuse with that. But definitely United Brewery Holdings will gain because a substantial amount of its value is locked into United Spirits. So anything good or bad happening to United Breweries, United Spirits is correlated to United Brewery Holdings.
Jigar, I'm going to shift gears now. Let's not discuss United Spirits. Let's discuss the other big one which you got it absolutely right. Tata Global Beverages, 155. Why now, and why Tata Global Beverages has moved up ever since they announced that the Starbucks will be opening a new cafe or the first cafe in India?
Well, clearly I think this is also slightly ahead of our expectation, but the story for Tata Global itself is changing now, given that they are probably in the last phase, or they've ended the phase of investment which has been there for the last 5 to 7 years, and now they are preparing for aggressive distribution and sales, especially with the help of global partners like Pepsi and Starbucks. And I think that is a dimension in this consumer company which investors have recognized quite well, and probably in anticipation of strong growth in its marquee brands. The feeling is that in the coming couple of years, the earnings growth will be much better than the zigzag in the past few years. So I think that is what is getting reflected in the stock price of late.
Right. So, Jigar, what could be the next big trigger for Tata Global Beverages? My understanding is that they are still a tea-heavy business. Tetley is not growing for them. Tetley is the major part of their revenue, and if your major if your major part of your revenue is not growing, that could pose a serious downside risk.
I agree. In fact, the concern for Tata Global has been that it has been expanding too much in the past, and that has had a toll on its overall return on equity, return on capital employed. What my sense is that because this phase has ended now and its SG&A would have stabilized, it will give the company a much better overall EBITDA margin going forward. Although it will not happen in 1 or 2 quarters, it will take some time, but that will improve. Its free cash flow will improve substantially, which will allow it to distribute more dividend, and the developments like Starbucks and Pepsi that will further enhance the overall returns. But nothing is going to happen in a hurry, and if people have expectation of more triggers, probably that might not be correct in the very short term. Our forecast is that 25% earnings growth will take place for the next 2 years, each of the next 2 years, and we remain firm on that. The stock is undervalued based on price to sales ratio, which is even now at about 1.3, 1.4 times this year's sales, and that is low. Definitely that has a scope to improve. If the earnings growth goes in line with the investor expectation, I'm sure that there is a further steam in the stock. But otherwise, I don't think on just one or two announcements of opening of Starbucks stores, the stock can just keep on going up. I think that will not be a correct expectation. The real thing would be to see the quarter-on-quarter earnings and free cash flow from here onwards.